What is up, guys? This is the first live show, the catch up. Wanted to just do a quick first episode just because I know we got a spring training game coming up. So, hope you guys are tuning in for that on the Yes Network. Not a sponsor or plug. And kind of this is my first time ever streaming, so it's going to be super. Hey, how's it going, Donnie? What's up, man? Thank you for stopping by. 6 o'clock, a little bit late. Sorry about that. Puerto Rican running on Boricua time a little bit. But yeah, on the catch up a little bit for those that are either tuning in live or watching the recording. We're just catching up on everything, on each other, on the Yankees news, on everything that I haven't discussed in videos because I can only post so many videos a week. So every week on the weekends, usually Fridays, around this time, 6 or 7 o'clock, I'll be going live. I'll have it a little more scheduled and planned each and every time, just trying to make it better for you guys. But as you can see on the screen, we got some interesting topics, I think, for this week. We have, first topic we're going to be talking about is spring training week 1. I'm not sure how we're feeling about that, but we also got the idea of this, just conceptualizing the idea of even training for Spencer Jones, because there's a lot of rumors and just people talking about trading Spencer Jones for Cease and the Yankees being interested in Cease and so on and so forth. What's up, Mike? Man, so happy to see you live. I know you're always commenting and we're chatting it up in the video, so happy to see you stop by. How's it going? So we got some super interesting topics today. And then lastly, we'll be talking about Cease or SNELL, making a prediction if we're even going to land one. If we do, which one would you prefer? I agree. Donnie, I totally agree. Spencer Jones is not going anywhere. And we're kind of just going to jump right into that a little bit with spring training week 1. He's our future. He's incredible. Man, super special. I think his first 5 at-bats, he got that 470-foot nuke, showing off his speed, being out of infield single, just 5 for 5. Obviously, no one can be perfect, but man, he was doing amazing. How's it going? Good evening. How's it going, everybody? Are we all on the East Coast? I know we're Yankee fans, but I know we could be all over the world. I'm over in Florida, so type in the chat. Where are you guys from? Jones is absolutely a keeper. Absolutely a keeper. Even I don't got a slideshow for this, but Lombard Jr., he's impressing me. Very impressive. I believe he's only 18 years old. That he was our first round draft pick in 2023. Not sure if you guys seen that. He said, Donnie Clark says, I want Cease, and you'll be willing to give up Hampton or Warren. We're in Florida, Mike. I'm over in a little bit on the outskirts of Orlando. I work in Orlando. I'm a little bit outside of Orlando, in between like Daytona Beach and Orlando. So also grew up in Tampa. So I'm just a Florida boy all over. Born in New Jersey, though. Lived in New York a couple of years here and there, visiting family and stuff. But yeah, guys, so glad that you're able to come in. And yeah, man, Spencer Jones is super incredible. Did you guys see Clayton Beater's performance as well? Clayton Beater was amazing. I know he had 2 starts. I'm not sure how he did on that first start, but Clayton Beater is looking special. A lot of people were making jokes that they thought he looked like Cole a little bit with the hair and even with his performance, but Clayton Beater's special. And let me remind you guys that we got him from the Dodgers for Joey Gallo. That's all I got to say. We don't got to go too much into it. But man, like, I knew immediately when we made that trade, we got so much value out of that trade. So regardless of what we want to say about the front office, Clayton Beater, that trade was awesome, and he's doing his thing. And I don't know. I think we could see him this year. Oh, you're up by the stadium today. Oh, you're in Jersey. Oh, that's what's up. Honestly, don't know too much about Jersey. I was born there, but I didn't really live there, grow up there too much. So that's a great take, Donnie. Donnie says, watch out, Nestor. Beater could basically steal your spot in the rotation, and I could totally see that. I don't wish anything, but we don't know how Nestor's health is. He was a little weird last year with his health. And of course, we have a whole bunch of other question marks, but I would be more than confident and glad to see Clayton Beater go out for a few starts this year. I want to. No offense, he's a rookie, so I don't want to see him really touch the postseason unless he does something incredible this season. But absolutely, in the regular season, you're gonna need a 6th, 7th, 8th starter. So absolutely, man, I'm super impressed with Clayton Beater. I saw that game, snuck in a few innings at work, trying to watch the game at night. I work overnight, so that was very awesome. And of course, we can't talk about the spring training first week without talking about Juan Soto's Yankee debut, not opening day debut or anything like that, but spring training debut. This is last year's highlights, but man. I think it was his first game. He got a home run. You can't make this stuff up. When he got that home run, all I was able to think of, it is so relieving to know that we can have consistent production in our lineup outside of Judge. Like, I'm not Judge, but that took pressure off of me for Judge to know that we have someone of Juan Soto's caliber. So yeah, and we got all of that Dodger talent, Ferguson, which I think is going. I think we're sleeping on him. I think he's going to be amazing. And then yes, we got Vivas. Which Vivas has been doing his thing too. That's another thing I forgot to mention. Yeah, he's been doing his thing as well. And then Gonzalez seems like a replacement for Wandy in itself. So man, we did some great moves. Hey Ed, what's up, man? Glad to see you in the chat. But man, Juan Soto. I mean, I know we talk about Juan Soto over and over again. Vivas at second base, man. Donnie with the hot takes, I like it. I want to know. I know we're not. This wasn't even on the schedule, but how we feeling about Peraza? What we think is happening to him? I feel like I don't want him to become another Miguel Andujar situation, and we just misplace him. But initially I maybe thought that he could be a second place option. I don't know, but man, Soto absolutely was born to be a Yankee. He needs it. I can't even put into words what would happen if we don't re-sign Soto this offseason. It has to happen. He already says it feels like home. I need us to really show out. I know we don't got a lot of us right now, but those that are going to go to a Yankee game this year, I'm going to try to show up in Yankee Stadium at some point this year. But for those that show up in Yankee Stadium this year, or those that are visiting any stadium, when you see Juan Soto, we need to give him an amazing welcome every game, from game 1 to game 162, because we know he's going to produce. We know baseball players have their ups and downs, no matter how legendary or generational of a talent you are. So, but either way, I know he's going to love it. He's going to handle our Yankee craziness, fandom, ups and downs well. So, and another one I wanted to talk about. Mike says, I think before we move on, I think Peraza and Pereira get packaged in a trade. I can see that, and I'm open to that, especially with Donnie was also mentioning this. How much infield depth we have in the minors, from Vivas to, not that Lombard Jr. is going to come up in the next year or so. Who knows, but most likely not. But you got Vivas as well. That is, I feel like, eventually going to knock on the door. Maybe not this year, but next year, like he said, could definitely be in that second base position. And in absolute worst case, and that's not even a worst case, this is still a great situation, is if we trade Peraza and we feel like these young guys aren't ready and we got to sign Glaber, I'm okay with that too. We have so many options in the middle infield that's a great take, Mike, that we absolutely can expend Peraza and get a good return for him, I believe. And Soto has to be a Yankee for life, time and time again. For Cease, for Peraza and Pereira, it's going to require more. And I think, Donnie, you were mentioning that. Someone like Hampton, someone like Warren, absolutely. I know we were talking about how amazing Clayton Beater is, but Hampton and Warren are highly touted. So even if we have to give rid of Beater, I'd be willing to then pivot to Warren or Hampton as our rookie starter that's going to come up in the next year. So, so we're definitely going to be talking a lot about pitching. And moving on from pitching in the spring training is Carlos Rodon. How did we feel like how he did? I thought his stuff looked better. Too soon to kind of tell how Rodon did in his starts. I'm going to be paying close attention. Not to the earned runs, but more to the velo, more to his confidence, how he handles those games. I know those games don't mean a lot, and it may not have a lot of pressure on Rodon, but it's important because he looked a little flustered, understandably so, because he had an atrocious last season. But man, I'm gonna be staring closely at Rodon because he means so much to the season, so much. Whether he does good, he does better, he shows up like he's done with the White Sox, Giants. We need him. We need him to show up and show out. So we got to be looking closely when we tune in for the next live stream. He's probably gonna have another starter or two. We gotta keep a close eye. Gotta keep a close eye on Carlos Rodon, what he's gonna do. Another one I want to talk about, because I've talked very poorly of. It's been put on record in past episodes. I've talked very poorly of this player, but I am so excited. He's one of my favorite Yankees, and that's why I'm so hard on him. Is Giancarlo Stanton. Giancarlo Stanton. How we feeling about him? I think his swing looks so much better. I'm not sure if you guys paid too attention to that, but his swing looks so much better. Has less of a choppy motion. You're gonna see his old highlights here, but if you look at his spring training swings this year, you're gonna see him have great path through the zone. It's a lot less choppy, so he should have more time in the zone, thus meaning more contact, thus meaning more balls in the air, more line drives. Who knows? Getting the ball in the air more. He has the strength. If he gets it in the air, it's most likely gonna go out. More just a consistent swing, less clunky, more smooth. I'm so pumped for Big G. We got to show some love for him because I know in my past episodes I've been kind of hard on him because he has been underperforming severely, but he's gonna have an amazing season. I'm super excited to see him lean down, not just lean down because anyone can lean down, but to change his swing and make that adjustment. I'm so pumped, so pumped. Mike dropping some things here. He says, Peraza, Hampton, Pereira, a catcher, another prospect to the White Sox for Cease, and a bullpen arm. I think you said this before in a comment in a video, and I like that. I could definitely see that. And I like how you mentioned a catcher as well. I'm not sure too much if the White Sox need a catcher or what, but we have catchers to hand off, I guess. If so, what would that catcher be? I don't want it. Obviously, it's not going to be Wells, but I guess it goes down to Rortvedt or Trevino. Trevino has been dealing with injury issues, I believe, the last 2 seasons. So I hope he doesn't become an injury-prone issue. If so, I guess it's not too much of a worry because we then have Wells to then fill in. But I kind of like that. Oh, man, I need to go live more. I love these hot takes, guys, man. Mike says Rodon will go 17-8 with 230 Ks, 3.2 ERA, Stanton with 30 home runs, 100 RBIs, 250 batting average. I'm going to say strong optimism. Stanton, absolutely. I love that for Stanton. If he doesn't get 100 RB, well, actually, no. I like that take on the 100 RBIs because now he's got Soto in front of him. He's got Judge. Obviously, Judge has always been in front of him, but you got Soto in front of him. He's going to get on base. DJ that I expect to improve. He's going to have a good year, and I feel like he's going to have a better on base. Therefore, he's going to be able to drive more people in. So I like that take at 100 RBIs, maybe a little bit. I feel like he may fall a little bit short of 100, but absolutely 30 home runs. I like that 250 batting average take. Even if he goes 240, I'm okay with that. I know it sounds crazy, but even 230 is much better than what it was last year. But anything below 230, I'm going to start being a little bit more concerned. Rodon 17-8, 230 Ks. That's a lot of Ks. I think he could reach the 200s. I don't know about 230 and a 3.2 ERA. I love that. And I would want that. Again, even if he goes into the 3.5 ERA, I'm okay with that as well. Again, so Donnie, I'm gonna close it here because you nailed it. All of these guys. Rodon, bounce back season. DJ, bounce back season. He had a great second half. Rizzo, Big G. If all of these guys can just perform to their potential, we don't need them to wow us. We just need them to perform to what they can do. Forget about what Juan Soto's going to do. This team is going to be looking really, really good. So in the addition to Juan Soto, I'm telling you, I know we're in spring training and optimism is very high, But I'm so pumped. So pumped. So Volpe's looking a little jacked too. I'm not sure if you guys seen that. Photos of him recently. Absolutely could see him go 30-30. Let's speak it into existence. Let's speak it into existence, guys. This is going to be a awesome season. And the season, I think, hinges on our pitching. Really does. We have amazing farm, amazing depth. We have depth that's ready now. We have depth, and like you said, in the farm that's ready in the next season or 2 seasons. What I love about our roster construction right now and our future and our present is that, not that I wish this, but let's say we have another bad season, and I hate to even just utter those words. We have so many ways to pivot to a productive next season, whether that's calling up more of our young guys, whether that's having, unfortunately, to DFA guys that have underperformed, like we've been talking about with Stanton. Rizzo, if he has a bad season, which I don't want, he's off the books, so on and so forth. So we have so many great ways we could pivot. Juan Soto, if he has a monster year, we could make sure we lock him up. So there's so many ways we could go about into this. And now if we have an amazing season from everyone, then that's a great problem to have. But we're looking good. Yeah, good luck, MLB. Good luck. And again, if we could sign Burns, like even if that was another thing I wanted to talk about. And we're gonna kind of jump topics here. I don't have any highlights for Snell or we don't have any highlights for Snell or Cease. But sorry about that. We don't have any highlights for Snell or Cease. But I'll leave it on Spencer Jones for a little bit. But even if we don't get Cease or Snell, this is what I wanted to talk about. Yes, full glass optimism, Mike. Here's the thing about Cease and Snell. Even if we don't land any of them this year, Donnie made a great point. So first of all, Fried is going to be a free agent. I don't know if they're going to end up signing an extension to Braves, even though they're known for that. They haven't done it yet. So Fried is expected right now to be a free agent. Burns is a free agent. Those are 2 aces that are, I feel like, are worth the investment. And if we miss out on Snell. Now, the only issue with that is that we are absolutely in a win now mode because we have guys like Soto and Verdugo and Rizzo and Glaber, just to name a few, that are all ending their contract soon. So I can absolutely see why the need is to get a pitcher now. But if we don't get Cease or Snell and we bank on the productivity of our starting rotation this year, man, we could sign some amazing arms next year. So he would be absolutely great. I do think Max Fried could definitely sign with the Braves, but I'm just surprised that they haven't signed that extension. It's been rumored, but then no extension talks have happened. So not that I'm a Braves fan or anything, but I'm interested to see what the Braves farm is. Maybe it's because they have a few good arms that are going to come up. I don't know if Braves are finally at a payroll where they don't want to go too much higher, so they don't want to give that extension. Maybe the Braves are banking on just riding out Max Fried's productivity, hoping they win a World Series this year and then figuring it out afterwards. I don't know, but yeah, I'm surprised that they haven't signed that extension. I know there's a few other arms. I mean, not that Bieber's necessarily an ace because he's had some wonky seasons the last few seasons, but Bieber's also going to be a free agent. But if I were to make any not crazy prediction, but if I were to make any prediction, we're going to, like I said before in past episodes, at the trade deadline, I think the Yankees are going to reevaluate. I do think we have some good depth either way. And honestly, I think that at the end of the day, we're going to tap into our pitching depth like Luke Weaver, Beater. We have even Cody Petit and Morris that I do believe are going to make some starts. And again, either one of those guys on the fifth part of the rotation, I don't mind. I don't want them touching third or, if they're fourth man in the rotation, it's okay. But if they're touching third or even second for whatever reason, then that's a problem. But if they get a few fifth man spot starts this season, I'm okay with that. It's a long season, so they're going to need that rest. You said trade for Clase or Devin Williams at the trade deadline. I would love that. I'm curious if Devin Williams is on the market. still, because I don't know if Milwaukee's right now in a moment where they're trying to sell or whatever. Yeah, they didn't extend Freeman. He ended up going to the Dodgers, but they did extend Olsen. So either way, I guess they ended up extending somebody. But yeah, guys, I know this is kind of all over for the first episode, but I hope you guys enjoyed. I wanted it to be kind of a quick one. I wanted it to be Soto 13 years, 650 mil. Let's do it. Absolutely worth it. But yeah, man, great show. Great chatting with you guys. Loved the interaction. Salute. Enjoy the game. It's coming on, I think, right now. So bye, guys. Have a great one. So glad seeing you, Donnie, Mike, Ed, for hopping in. Not sure if you're still in here, but so happy to see you, Ed, stopping in. Migdalia as well. Thank you for stopping in, tuning in from New York. I'm so glad you guys were able to stop in. Hopefully to see you guys next weekend and on the next episode. I got a few episodes prepped and ready to go, so of course stay tuned for that. It was a great show, guys. Take it easy.